My friends, here's a test for you. Can you notice a potato from this photo? Where is it? Is it here? Is it here? Is it one of those? Yeah, it's here. This is General Surovikin, General Armageddon, the butcher of Syria. He has resurfaced again. Ever since the mutiny of Prigozhin, Surovikin has been off the picture. Nobody knows what happened to him. His relatives, including his wife, says that he's fine, but he's not really working. The Russian Ministry of Defense supposedly relieved him from his position, which was the head, the chief of the Air Force, the Russian Air Force. I want to make the joke so bad. So, as the chief of the Air Force, he's on a too high of a position to fly out of the window. Okay, I'll stop. People thought that he's liquidated, he's gone, missing, sleeping with the fishes. He's rocking these sunglasses like there's no tomorrow. He's rocking the cap. Dude has style. I mean, we will go down and there's better be some socks and sandals. It's getting hotter, getting hotter. Damn! In Estonian, these are called mokassinid. I don't know how in English, moccasins. Just like, woo, boy! Surovikin is alive, spending time with his waifu, enjoying life after the army. My friends, it's Tuesday. The week is only beginning. We need energy. We need to watch something wholesome. So I'm going to show you Ukrainian men returning from the front. Every day we get new videos of sons, daughters, wives, mothers, seeing their man coming back from the front alive, so grateful that God didn't take him. I mean, such... It's... Can you... like... wherever you're watching this from, United States, you have fathers going to the other side of the ocean. You don't know if they're coming back. You don't see them for months, maybe years. And then this. I mean, this is... I never had a father like that. I never had. My father left when I was young, but I mean, if I would have had a father come back home, I would have run to him like this. As a little boy, I never had a father like that. I mean, I have a father, but it's not like that. I always enjoy watching these videos. They gave me hope and they show me that there is humanity in war. And fathers do return from the front. Families do see their men again. I hope you feel this, like, I want to share this feeling. There is a little bit of drama going on in Germany, you know, Olaf Scholz. Well, from the Bundestag Defense Committee, Maria Agnes Strack-Zimmermann, saying it with my Estonian pronunciation, claims that Olaf Scholz is actually the only one holding back the Taurus missiles to be sent to Ukraine. Now, French have sent their Sculp, the British have sent their Storm Shadow, which are almost the same thing. They're very effective, but incredibly expensive. Germany has Taurus. Very expensive, very effective, and very deadly. So this is what it looks like. It looks like a weird box, weird shapy thingy, but it's a very effective, deadly, and stealth weird boxy thingy. This is a capability that Ukraine needs more. The issue with Storm Shadow, Sculp and Taurus also is that they are too expensive and there's not that many of them. The more Ukraine can get, the more targets deep behind enemy lines they can hit. Also, what Germany should do, Olaf Scholz, is give Taurus to Ukraine and allow them to hit targets within Russia with it. If true, if Olaf Scholz is really holding back Taurus missile, he has got what's coming to him. The internet is merciless. See, he recently went running and he fell. I'm not making this up, this is the official photo he released after the fall. He stated that he loves running, he loves jogging, he ran, he fell, and the injuries are actually not as bad as can be seen here. My man, it seems like he lost an eye, but I guess he didn't then, because he said it's not as bad. But the internet is juicy, it's spicy, it's salty, they're ready to take on Olaf Scholz. Challenge accepted. Now let's go through the best of Herr Kanzler. I don't know how anybody can take Germany seriously after that. I mean, I know I shouldn't make fun of this. This is not politics or diplomacy, but I cannot lose the opportunity. I lives in the pineapple under the sea. Herr Olaf Kanzler. These Russians, they're all bad eggs. Bundeskanzler. Damn, Olaf looks like a Viking with a beard. He should grow a beard. A German chancellor with a beard. Well, that will bring my respect back. deep down inside, you can see it in his eyes, Olaf was always a samurai. Avengers of Nord Stream 2. This is really good. It really, the thing suits him. I might only want to think eye patch actually makes you badass. Yesterday, Putin and Erdogan met the Russian president and the Turkish president. They met in Putin's residence in Sochi. Erdogan arrived with this car, and sorry, it's not connected to the topic, but what a beautiful car. Is that a Maybach or an S600 or S60? It's just pretty. I have an old Mitsubishi Pajero. If I'm gonna be a president one day, I'm gonna ride a Pajero, an old clunky one. In this video, these are the first moments of Erdogan meeting Putin, and mostly he's speaking to the translator, holding on to Putin's hand and speaking to the translator. What kind of message does this send? And look at this, bam, the slap on the wrist. It's like, bam, Vlad, you remember the Ottoman Empire, don't you? It's the small slap of destiny. Putin felt that slap right to his heart. Putin naturally held a speech, so did Erdogan. Let's see what Putin said in his speech. And I gotta say, they didn't agree on anything. Erdogan was trying to get Putin back into the grain deal, but it didn't work out. And here are the reasons Putin doesn't want to join. Naturally, the discussion was about the termination since July 18th, so the termination of the grain deal, of the so-called Black Sea Initiative on the export of grain from Ukrainian ports. Mr. President paid considerable attention to this matter. As I have said many times, we were simply forced to take this decision. I mean, Russia was forced because Western countries blocked and continued to block the implementation of the grain deal in the terms of ensuring access of Russian agricultural products to the world markets. So Putin accuses the West of blocking Russian grain to be exported to the world markets, and that's why they pulled out a grain deal. For me, it seems like a blame game, like, oh, the West did it first, that's why I'm doing it. If you go to the kindergarten and somebody does something bad, you say, why you did it? The boy or girl is gonna say, but she's doing it, but he's doing it. So it's a bit, for me, like a kindergarten mentality. Nothing a country should adopt. My friends, this video today is a little bit different because throughout the summer YouTube view count and revenue fluctuated up and down, and I was quite scared at some points actually, because this is my job and my life and my everything. It is. If you know me, if you know my channel for a long time, you know I have nothing else. So this is why I have chosen to do an advertisement, to feel a little bit safer. Now you as a viewer of course have the opportunity to click away, but for me it means so much more to be able to make this ad. I ask you as a human being to be understanding and understand that I'm doing my job and worrying about my security and my financial security. Thank you for understanding. And let's go, my friends. My friends, before we go on, I want to state that I'm not a financial advisor, and before you make any kind of purchases, you should do your own research. But with that being said, I would like to guide your attention to a company called FE Battery Metals, and you can see their webpage right over here. FE Battery Metals Corporation is focusing on identifying and exploring early-stage lithium projects in Canada. And their main holdings, which are called the Augustus Project, are located in the Quebec region of Canada. Before we look at what an amazing packet of lands these FE Battery Metals company holds in the Augustus Project, what is lithium? Why is it so important? What's the big deal? Well, lithium is one of the lightest metals, and it is used in most of the electronic vehicles nowadays. Almost anything that has a battery could have lithium in it, meaning it's one of the most sought after metals in the world right now. Your iPhones, electric scooters, electric cars, everything has lithium-ion batteries in them. 2 countries in the world have a lot of lithium. These are Australia and Chile. But the case with Chile is that they nationalized their entire lithium industry in April of 2023. Meaning they're rethinking their export strategies and their place in the world in the light of this new geopolitical Cold War tension we have going on, with China, Russia and the BRICS countries on one side and United States, NATO and the European Union on the other side. Most of the lithium in the Western countries is exported because there is only one operational lithium mine in the United States. And this is nearly not enough to supply the increasing demand on lithium. Canada, on the other hand, right next to USA, recently banned all Chinese companies. This ban on Chinese companies makes sure that the lithium in Canada is mined by Western companies. And the biggest lithium discoveries in Canada are in the James Bay region of Quebec. It's like gold for Nevada or oil for Saudi Arabia. The James Bay region of Quebec is already the biggest lithium discovery in the Western world. China has a strategy of controlling about a third of the entire global supply of lithium by the end of the decade. So this is why this James Bay area is incredibly important for the Western world to counter Chinese strategy. Canada is right next to the United States. It has a rule of law, is a resource-friendly country, and it has a very good infrastructure. And the company in the James Bay area with the biggest land packet is FE Battery Metals. FE Battery Metals has a project called Augustus in the James Bay area, and this is all of the land they own. There are right now 3 major companies mining in the James Bay area. One of these companies is North American Lithium, NAL. You can see marked by purple on this map. And you can see they own a very small proportion of this entire area, and there is active extraction going on their mines. But you can see FE Battery Metals owns the biggest land packet in the area. And some of the lands that they own are walking distance, literally walking distance from the active mines that have an insane supply of lithium. So there's a huge potential of insanely huge composites of lithium on FE Battery Metals lands. The sampling is going on right now. The good news is that the samples have revealed lithium and silver in the ground. The largest company in the area that is just about to start mining has a $7 billion market cap. Another $3 billion company is already mining, and a third company also just started mining in the area. So these big companies, they want to be mining there for a long time. They have set up the infrastructure, they have set up their mines, they're big fishes. They want to be there in 50 years. And all of these smaller companies who are buying these land packets around them want to strike lithium and sell to the big companies. And it's a good plan because these big companies always want to buy if there is lithium, because they are miners. They're mining companies. They're interested in land with huge resources of lithium. They will buy it always. And who has that land? FE Battery Metals, as you can see right next to the big mines. See, FE Battery Metals right now is worth only 17 million, which means all of the potential is ahead of the company. When huge deposits of lithium will be struck, all of the potential will fulfill in the stock price. They were incredibly lucky to get this huge packet of land because they were extremely early to it. Now I will summarize everything I just talked about. FE Battery Metals is a company in the Canadian James Bay region of Quebec with the biggest land packet there is. Right next to the very resource-rich mines operated by these big companies who are always willing to buy more land with proven lithium deposits. That's exactly what FE Battery Metals is doing right now, sampling the ground, and they have already struck lithium and silver. The infrastructure is there, it's Canadian, it's a resource-friendly country. I mean, this area is the Silicon Valley of lithium. And FE Battery Metals has the biggest land pack with the biggest potential in the area. Again, my friends, I advise you to do your own research before purchasing any kind of stocks. FE Battery Metals sticker is right on the screen. Thank you, FE Battery Metals, for sponsoring today's video. If you're still here, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. As I said, this channel is my life. I've given everything of myself to making these videos. Without an audience, why make videos if nobody's watching them? That's the truth. So you give my life a big purpose, big meaning. So thank you for being there, for watching. And until my next video, my friends, which will be tomorrow, stay cool and bye-bye.